If you're thinking about getting the G85, but you're unsure if it's going to meet your needs, this is the video for you. Hey, welcome to the channel. If this is your first time here, my name's Mike Mandigo. This is Passion Video Productions. Today I wanted to talk about a subject that's still on my mind. It's the G85 and if it's still good or not in 2024. So what do you think about the G85? Is this something that you're willing to use in 2024 moving forward? Or is this something that you already own and you're an enthusiast for using a G85? Anytime you see a video or something that's talking about the G85, you want to click on it and just see what they're saying because you own something like this as well. I know that's kind of how the case is for myself. So let me know down in the comments what your thoughts are using the G85. One of the things that makes this camera so good is it's a hybrid camera. And what that means, if you're not sure of that, it means that it can shoot both video and photos. Not at the same time, but you get the idea. This can be used as a photography camera or a video camera. This camera was originally released in 2016, in September of 2016. So that puts it almost 8 years old. In comparison to some of the newer cameras, it's pretty old, but budget-wise, it's a great camera. You can get this used for between $500 and $600, and brand new, you're gonna look to be paying somewhere around $1,000. That's if you're getting it with the kit lens. Right now, I have the Leica 12-60 on here. It's the upgraded kit lens option that you can get. I like the variation in the focal length, so it goes from 12 to 60, and in the full frame equivalent that will be 24 to 120. So you're able to get a wide view and telephoto view as well. The only downfall about this lens is it has a variable aperture, which is at its widest open at f2.8, and then that's at the 12 millimeter mark, but then anytime when you zoom in, it goes to an f4. You're able to adapt other lenses to this model as well, using a speed booster or just a lens adapter. One of the common lenses that I like to use with this setup is the Sigma 18-35 with the Canon EF mount, and I use the Viltrox speed booster to adapt that to this. For when I'm taking photographs, I'm typically using the 12-60 or the Sigma 16 millimeter, which is the micro four thirds mount. The Leica 12-60, one of the benefits of using that lens with your G85 is it has built-in image stabilization, which pairs with the camera's image stabilization. Then you're getting what they call dual image stabilization. This is going to help you to get steady shots while you're taking a photograph. It's also going to help you stabilize your video so you're getting less shaky footage. So you're getting the image stabilization when you're using lenses without image stabilization as well. It's just when you're pairing it with a lens that has image stabilization, you're getting twice the stabilization. And the Panasonic G85 and most other Panasonic cameras are known for their very good image stabilization. They call it the 5-axis image stabilization. Right now I'm using this camera for BTS footage as well as photographs, and pretty much that's basically it. I did purchase it just for that purpose alone. It does shoot pretty good videos, so you're getting 4K video at 100 megabytes per second, and you have the option to do that in 24 frames per second or 30 frames per second. 4K video in this still stands up pretty good compared to other 4K videos. You can shoot slow motion as well, but you're going to have to lower your recording quality down to 1080p, and then you're going to get a 60 frames per second video, but I believe it's only at 28 megabytes per second. One of the things that I forgot to mention, that this camera, if you're wanting to use like autofocus, it's not going to be the greatest for that. Typically, it's something that I don't use when I'm using these micro four thirds cameras, just because it's not known to be the most reliable. If you're shooting a video like how I am right now, if you're not moving too much, it's known, I've heard people say that they get a pretty good results doing that. The only thing is, like, you might see some pulsing in the background where it's trying to hunt for focus. So one way to avoid that is just to set up your shots and compose your shots. Make sure to use something in place to compose your shot, like a mannequin head or a white balance card with the cross on it. Something that you can know that you're in focus when you're using the focus peaking. And then have your camera in manual focus and then shoot your videos with that. I think maybe if you're looking into these cameras, that's probably one of the things that you've already heard about. And if not, then I guess I'm lucky to share that with you. Welcome to the game of Micro Four Thirds, with Panasonic anyhow. And let's not forget about the features that they got packed into this beautiful little beast. We got the histogram and zebra lines that are going to help us nail our exposure, as well as they have focus peaking that's going to help make sure that we have everything in focus if we're shooting with the lens in manual mode or if we're using a manual lens. They also have some color profiles that you get for free called Cineleg D and Cineleg V, and those color profiles have less saturation and less contrast, which also help you to do a better job of color grading compared to the color profiles that have a baked-in look, like the standard and the natural color profiles and vivid, etc. And the camera comes weather sealed, which is good if you're out in the elements such as snow, light rain, and really windy weather, like where dust can be blowing around. That's going to help to keep this little thing nice and safe for you. One other thing that I forgot to mention was that we have customizable buttons. And once you have all those customizable things set in place, you're able to save them under you're able to save those settings under the camera profiles. You have a custom 1 profile and a custom 2 profile. So you can have quick access for 4K video, and then say for your second camera profile, you could have the 1080p at 60 frames per second. This is going to help you to be a little bit more efficient when you're shooting videos. All right, well, that's going to wrap up this video for this week on the G85 and why I think it's still good in 2024. All right, thanks for checking this out, and we'll see you in the next one.